Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Woo! It's Tuesday, and E3D's here, which is awesome because I just got that DM from Mike. Okay, how's everyone? Okay, we're gonna do two things at once. I'm gonna do some live trouble solving. Yeah, we're gonna do some live customer feedback. So I don't know from E3D who's running the E3D thing. But E3D's here, so I'm assuming one of you, if it's somebody at E3D, you know Mike. Mike wanted to know what fan, because the fan issue that we were having. So if you remember last stream, I know we're going right into it right now. Last stream, we had issues with the fan, the 3-pin fan that comes with the kit. It wasn't working. So the fan that came with the Mk3 is a Noctua fan. It's this, and it's totally not in focus, so this is not gonna help. It's a Noctua NF A4x10 5-volt fan. 3. But we had issues with the fan that comes with the Revo kit, or the Roto kit, because, shoot, I'm gonna have to undo like all of that to get that out. Yeah, whatever. The fan that came with it is a 3-wire fan, but it wasn't working correctly. So when we turned the printer on, the fan would spin up, but that's it. It would just do like the startup spin. But then during actual printing, it wouldn't kick on, the heatsink fan. It was a 3-wire fin. I pulled out the tack fin wire, which was blue, and now it's working. So yeah, they wanted to know what it was. So I'm gonna have to pull that fan out so I can take a picture of it and send it to Mike. So yeah, so there you go. So we'll do it live. So how's everyone doing today? I think I'm finally over the cold that's been plaguing me since I came back from England. It has been, the last like week has been a complete mess for me. I had a stomach bug, and then the stomach bug went away, and it was good for like a day, and then all of a sudden I got like a head cold. So like I've been popping, not Benadryl, I don't know, Tylenol, cold and sinus essentially, like nonstop. So I should be okay. I probably sound a little snuffy, but I think we're over it. I'm at that point, you know how when you feel floaty because you've been sick for so long and all your senses are dulled, but all of a sudden you start to come back, but you're still all like doped up on the medication you've been taking, and your senses are still kind of doped. So you're still like, you're kind of floaty. That's me right now. So today's gonna be a fun stream. It's gonna be a fun stream today. It's simple as that. Although, that's the first time I could inhale with both my nostrils in a couple days. So I'll take it. I will take it. So yeah, what are we doing today? High flow shenanigans. So last stream, we got the Revo Roto installed on our Prusa Mk3 here. And need more trippy background. One day. So last stream, we got the Revo Roto installed on here, and we did a little test print, but that kind of like, it's a test print. We showed that the Revo Roto, you do get like a slight increase in print quality compared to the old stock extruder on the Prusa Mk4, but we would hope so. We're going from like an ancient, 5-plus-year-old extruder design, a direct feed extruder, to a modern planetary gear, dual grippy extruder. So that should be there. However, that's not the only thing you get going to Revo Roto. We only checked the one thing, and that was, precision. The other thing is this thing now has a high flow hot end in it. And I went digging in my parts bin, and I got myself a 1.4 millimeter Revo high flow nozzle. So let's see how fast we can push this thing. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? So today, and also apparently, the lords from Bambu have graced us with quieter X1 firmware. So we're gonna put the new firmware on the X1. I'm gonna have to connect it to the cloud for that, which is super annoying. So I'm gonna have to take it online, update the firmware, and then take it back offline, because I don't want that thing on the internet, but I have to update it. So I have to connect to the cloud. I can't just do it over an SD card like every other printer in the world. I have to connect to the cloud. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try out the new quiet firmware on the Bambu, and we're gonna do some thick prints on the Prusa Mk3, and we're just gonna chill. Did I say 0.1.4 millimeter nozzle? 1.4 millimeter high flow nozzle. Yeah, 1.4 millimeter. I think that's as big as the Revos go. This is a that's a 0.8. I'm digging through like my bin of Revos. Ooh, is that obsidian? Ooh, that's an obsidian high flow. Or no, not high flow, that's just regular obsidian. Yeah, so we'll go with the 1.4. How am I feeling? I am feeling better, but I said at the very beginning of the stream, I feel loopy. I'm like over the sickness. I'm no longer down with the sickness. But like, I still have the after effects of it. So like, I'm feeling really lightheaded. Do they make a 2.0? I don't think they do. It would be funny because you're shoving 1.75 filament in faster than it comes out. So we gotta unload filament, blah. And while that's doing this, let's connect you. We're gonna double team this, right? We're double fisting printers here. So that one's doing a filament unload, and this one, I'm gonna have to connect network. Turn off LAN only mode, connect to the network, there you go. Okay, you're on the network. Now you're connected, maintenance, okay. General, firmware version. How do I tell it to update? Do I have to power cycle it to update it? I had to put it back online. Count, no, general. Firmware. Okay, I think I have to power cycle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unload. There we go. I'm obviously disturbed. Fun, neat joke. What firmware are you running for the Prusa? I'm running 3.11 because this is a Revo high flow, and we tried with the okay. Print from, no, I don't want to load filament, preheat, cool down. I gotta let that cool down. We're running the 3.11 firmware. This is a Prusa Mk3, remember. This isn't the Prusa Mk4, so it's 8-bit. But it's the Prusa Mk3. We're running 3.11 firmware because the newer versions have a temperature model that didn't work with the Revo high flow. It was like erroring out. Check my tag in live stream chat. What? Oh, motor noise calibration. Okay. After your update, be sure to power cycle the printer. Make sure this option is turned on before running another calibration. Okay. Oh, here we go. It has detected that carbon rods. Would you like to go to the page? Sure. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Ignore that. Yeah, ignore. Okay, general. Okay, how do I, firmware version? How do I update the version? How do I update the firmware? Controller? Filament? Toolhead? No. Device info. Return. Like, I'm on the network. I'm connected to the network. Test network. You're working. So why aren't you, where is the update? Format, firmware version. Why can't I update the firmware? Device. Huh. Shouldn't it pop up automatically if there's an update? You click on the gear. Yeah, I clicked on the gear. General. I just have firmware version. 1.06.01. Options. That's surprising. Print options. Yeah, because I don't have. Like, you're on the internet. Yeah, you're connected to the internet. Okay, yeah. Okay. Is there a way to force an update on it? I don't know. I clicked the version number, it doesn't update. Man, it'd be a lot easier if I could just, you know, download the file and put it on an SD card and push update. Nope. I don't know. Return. I don't know what's going on. Why aren't you working? Oh well. Okay, let me turn it off for a minute then. Maybe I gotta. I don't know. I power cycle it? I thought I did, but I'm doing it again just to make sure. So I'm letting this cool down. That's what we're waiting for this to cool down anyway, so I can swap out the nozzle to a high flow. So we're gonna print something thick. What are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? Do I have any fancy filament out here? I don't know if I have any fancy filament out here. That's ABS. That's ABS. I need some, you know what, we'll just use this. This will work. You know what, we'll use the Tico. We'll use the Tico PLA. Why not? We'll use the Tico brand PLA for two reasons. One, it ain't going in the Tico. And two, apparently this can clog. But if we manage to clog a 1.4 millimeter nozzle, I'll give it credit. So we'll use the Tico filament. Does it fit on there? Yeah, it does. There we go. Thomas, $20. Cheers. This message has been tailor-made. Cheers. Merry Christmas. I get it. Appreciate it. This series has convinced me to go look and find a Mark III on a marketplace for $300. Any thoughts on Revo Roto versus Revo for the Mark III? For $300, if you found yourself a good condition Prusa Mark III for $300, that is an absolute steal. Let's be honest. The stock Prusa Mark III, if I, like, you know, okay, I have one here. The extruder on it is definitely outdated. It's a single, it's a straight, you know, it's a direct feed extruder, no gearing, low resolution. That's what that you get that VFA issue is. Clipper, new extruder, and hotend. That's pretty much all I would personally do on a Mark III. That's kind of my thing. Am I installing 1.4? Is the reason you're going to need a garden hose? Because we're testing the flow rate, and you know, why go fast when you can go thick? Because flow rate is a function of nozzle diameter, layer height, and speed. So you can go fast with a low layer height and extrude a lot of filament, or you can go thick. And we're gonna go thick today. Why? It looks better on camera. Because let's be honest, fast printers are boring. Everyone does fast printers now. It's all about thick printers now. Or something, I don't know. Also, this is Revo, so swapping nozzles is easy peasy. The machine requires to be bound to an account. It is bound to an account. Like, I've got it attached to my account. Like, oh, wait. It appears firmware update requires machine to be bound to account. Why can't I just update it? Why can't I just, I am not putting the app on my phone. I refuse to use the app. If I have to put the app on my phone to update this printer now, because I used to didn't have to. I would just turn it on, connect to the network, it would pull the update, and then I could take it off the network. Like, why isn't it pulling the update now? It's connected to the internet, I'm online, I'm not in LAN only mode. Yeah, I'm not in LAN only mode, I'm connected to the network. I can't pull the update. Why is it not letting me pull the update? I have a Bambu account. I already have a Bambu account. It's already bound to an account. Like, you have to bind it to an account when you set it up originally. So I have it. Bambu Slicer. Well, I don't know. I'm using Orca Slicer. Why would I use Bambu Slicer? Yeah, we're connected to the printer. Oh, logging in. Login successful. Okay. Oh, there we go. New firmware update. Yep. Okay, it looks like I had to. There we go. There we go. That'll update. There we go. It looks like I had to open up the slicer and like re-log in because I had taken it offline. There we go. So it's updating now. Still, why? Why? You know they region lock these printers. Yeah, like if you buy a Bambu in China, you can't use it outside of China. They region lock the printer. Like, why would you? Because it's $200 cheaper in China. That's why they do it. Okay, let's load some filament. BF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, appreciate it. Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. And then also, if you haven't yet entered, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. But yeah, apparently Bambu machines, because they don't have to pay to ship them out of China, in China are much cheaper, like a couple hundred cheaper in China. So to prevent somebody from just going to China, buying a sea can full of Bambus at market price there, and then shipping them back and selling them for profit, they region lock them. Apparently that's why it's region locked. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, and I've, you know, now that I know that, I kind of understand why they do it, but. Okay, so are we gonna go with the fat filament? We're gonna go with the fat filament. I'm gonna be interesting to see how this works. Because this is the Tico filament. So this is like ancient Tico filament. So press the knob to load filament, okay. Okay, sucking it in. So this is that Tico, the filament that comes with the Tico. Oh, that is a booger. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the right color. Okay, what are we printing, class? Oh my God, that is bubbly. Print a Benchy. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's print a Benchy. Okay, maybe not that big. Let's do a 250% Benchy. Okay, so we're gonna have to change some settings here. Print settings, yeah. So extruder 1. So this has a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. Minimum layer height, yeah, we'll do that. Max layer height, we'll do 1.0. Because we're gonna print out like a 0.8 layer height, I think. There we go. This is 250% Benchy. Okay, print settings. So layers, so we're gonna do layer height is gonna be 0.8 millimeters. Initial layer height is gonna be 1 mil. Solid layers, we'll do 3 top, 3 bottom, 2 walls. Infill, 15%. We'll do gearoid. Skirt and brim. That. Speeds. We'll leave the speeds alone, but the nozzle, the extruder, is what we're gonna play with. So we're gonna leave the speeds alone, but it's gonna be this we're gonna have to play with. And we're gonna have to adjust the max flow rate. So default extrusion width is 1.4 millimeters. And we're just gonna put 1.4 down the line. Let's be honest. It's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. Okay, now where is... Okay, so there's that. 1.4 thick. Okay. And now we're gonna go to filament settings, cooling. Maximum cooling, but there is minimum purge. Okay, so where max volumetric? 30 millimeters cubed. Okay. Slice down. Oh, overlay. Where's the overlay? There you guys are. Hi, chat. I forgot about you guys. There you are. Everyone say hi, chat. So this is an hour and 54 minute. Volumetric flow rate. Oh yeah, we're hitting those speeds. Yep, we're hitting 30 millimeters cubed. Yep. Okay. Yep, that's hitting the speed. So this is 200 grams in 2 hours. Where is my SD card reader? Ooh. Where is my SD card reader? No, where'd it go? There's one. Make it wider. Why are we doing like the wide Putin meme, Benchy? Well, here, let me save this one, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this one goes. 200 gram Benchy. Well, it's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle with 2 walls. Export that. Why aren't you showing up? Come on, SD card. There we go. Go. Sorting files. Benchy. Checking file. The nozzle differs from the G code. Yep. Oh, I gotta change the nozzle diameter in here. Okay, well, in the here you can't back. It's like you can't select 1.4 millimeter nozzle in the Prusa slicer. Okay, so somebody wanted a wide Benchy. So what if we did? Okay, let's bring back this. So let's unlock that. So if we did 100 on the Y and 100 on that. Okay, so we did 100 there, but we did a wide Benchy, so 250 on the X. Yeah, that overhang would be not great. You could turn that off as well. Yeah, I got to do all that. Okay, so that's starting up. The Bambu's still updating, so we'll see how that goes. So how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? What's everyone up to? Today's stream is going to be a little random because of, you know, I'm finally over this freaking cold that's been bugging me. Like, ugh. Yesterday I woke up, I brought the little guy to school. I came home, I edited the next video for a bit, and then I fell asleep at my computer for 2 hours. That was not fun because I woke up not great. Nothing is worse than waking up on a computer chair. You never wake up comfy. Check out your table. What? Check out my bed in general chat. What? I don't want to see your bed. Are we seeing Apollo's bed? Oh, that is a big bed. Apollo's building a 500 millimeter thing. 500 mil. Whoa, ooh. Loud Z is loud. Then again, I got stealth chop off. I'm running in spread cycle mode, so it's gonna be loud. I'm missing the camp, or it's not camp. It's not called camp on Prusa, but I'm missing the adaptive mesh. Do you think a 400 by 400 is too big? I'm thinking, if you're building a rat rig, like Apollo's building the 500 rat rig because he's going to be doing droid stuff. So you kind of want large format for that. 500 is big though. Think about it. 500 is like, where's my scale? Where's my, oh, is it downstairs? It's downstairs. Where's my tape measure? I got a tape measure? I gotta have a tape measure out here. Yeah, there we go. So 500 millimeters, that is, what is that in inches? Shit. Because this is all, yeah, this is, oh, okay. Well, I don't know, what is it, like 24 inches, roughly? It's like that big. Oh. Oh wow, we are, okay, I gotta, okay, shoot. No. Shoot. Pause print. Pause print. Stop print. Yes. I gotta, we're gonna have to play with our Z here to get this to stick. That is oozy. Or what I can do is just be lazy. Oop, don't touch the fan. Why do I keep, don't push the wires into the fan. There we go. Print from SD card. There we go. 20 inches. 20 inches, that's it? Well, yeah, so it's this. So so there's 500, but then it's also all the dead space. So that printer is gonna be like this wide. That's actually not that big. I mean, it's bigger than the VZ bot. It's currently dominating my dining room. Okay. Oh, please select the region to continue. I'm in North America. Confirm. Okay. General, network, maintenance. Okay, so apparently there's like a setting I have to turn on. So we'll see. I gotta make sure my live, I gotta live adjust my Z on this. Tune. I'm gonna drop the speed down for the first layer here. Where's that? Oh, there we go. That is thick. Okay, let me adjust the focus. Sorry, 1 second. Bigger video. Come on. There we go. Oh God, that is thick. So I'm running it at half speed right now, by the way. It looks like toothpaste. It looks like toothpaste, like blue toothpaste. Oh my God. Where am I at? Where am I at? Ah, there I am. Oh my God. It is laying down that layer. It is way too high, but we'll see how it goes. Oh my. How fast is the spool spinning? Not that fast yet. Okay, so general. Okay, so how do there's something I gotta change in here. Network. Okay, so we're on the network. Maintenance, carbon rods installed. Utilities, print options, auto recovery, step loss, filament, utilities, calibrate, motor noise canceling. Okay, so that is on. Someone said power cycle, so power cycle it. 1, 2, 10, turn it back on. Yeah, this is like blue icing for like a birthday cake. Was pushing 49 millimeters cubed. This is, I think we capped it at 30. Once we get a few layers down, I'll bump the speed up. So this is running at half speed right now. I got a feeling our retractions may not be great. Because I don't think I calibrated our retractions for the speed. Forbidding Cocoa Press. I mean, the Cocoa Press is a 1.6, so... Okay, so that's running a lot cooler than it used to. Okay, so turn this on. Print options, utilities, calibrate. Motor noise cancellation is enabled. Start calibration. There we go. So the printer is going to calibrate. We'll see how quiet it is now. Prepare leaf blower for cooling. This is quite hilarious, I will say. Like it's that cable in there. There we go. Now I can see. Yeah, apparently they finally fixed their printer and adopted the modern feature that, you know, this thing shipped with in 5 years ago, which is quiet motors. Because instead of using TMCs, Bambu used, you know, H bridges to drive their motors, which conveniently are also from the parts kit of DJI. Andrew, $10. Cheers for the Xmas Cheer Fund. Appreciate it. That spool is, you can see the spool spinning. There you go. Remember, we're running at half speed right now. Also, this filament is a like a glitter filament, so I have no idea how it'll flow at high speed. We'll find out. We'll find out. Only 10 likes? Like the smash button, folks. You have the chance to win a spool of Polymaker filament. What's not to like? I am gonna bump my temperature up a bit. Tune nozzle. We're gonna bump the nozzle up to 230. And we're gonna, oh, speed's at 100. Yep, we're at 100% speed. We'll see how boaty it looks in a minute. Boat is rough looking. Also, be aware, this is like not a tuned profile. We literally just threw in a 1.4 millimeter profile and just said YOLO. So whatever happens, happens. Let's be honest. We're mostly looking at flow rate, not that how well the print cools. Also, this is filament that's shipped with a Tico. Like, this is worst case scenario. Like, I am literally doing the worst thing I could do to this. I'm throwing a filament at it that is horrible on a profile that is completely untuned, just to see if it can actually handle the speed. Which, I mean, so far, it's not under extruding. We'll find out once we get to infill. But it's not under extruding, so I'll take it. 10-year-old filament? Yeah, 10-year-old filament. ANET speed. Yeah, but ANETs didn't move this fast while pushing 1.4 millimeters of filament. It's all about flow rate. And flow rate, we're doing 35 millimeters cubed. Sounds like seasonal allergies. No, it's not seasonal allergies. I'm getting over a cold. And today's like the first day I can actually kind of breathe. So I kind of forgot how to breathe. So my voice is probably all over the place. This doesn't look like a cocoa press. I mean, if the cocoa press, if you fill the cocoa press with like blue toothpaste. This filament is very jelly. Also, I gotta swap out the entire tool head because the one that we printed on here is broken. So I printed a new one. So either I get some glue and I fix it. I might end up just gluing it together and YOLOing it, or I replace it with one that isn't broken. I'll probably end up gluing it together because it's working. Technically, if you bore your nozzle at 1.7, the Mark IV turns into... no, you would want an oversized nozzle because the filament contracts after it comes out of the nozzle. We tried it before. CHT, Bondtech sent me CHT nozzles a while ago. They sent me the whole like sample pack, and one of them was like a 1.6. So what we did was we tried feeding filament into the tool head, and then as the filament came out, I tried to loop it back around and feed it back into the extruder, kind of like an Ouroboros, and unfortunately it didn't work. We tried though. It would have been really cool if it did work, because then it would be an Ouroboros printer, and it would just continuously print forever. But that didn't work, unfortunately. Use brown TPU and mix it with the cocoa print. Well, this filament isn't brittle, which is surprising. Also, it's covered in dog hair, so it's got some extra fibrous grippiness, I guess. Jeez. It's also very stringy. But this is 30 millimeters cubed. And we are printing at 100% speed. Yeah, 100% speed. So like, if you're wondering about flow rate, unfortunately, because this isn't running Clipper, I can't get like a live flow rate thing. But this is the current flow rate. So for infill, we are sitting at around 30 millimeters cubed. So it's not under extruding the infill. Like it's stringy. It's a stringy, globby mess in there, but it's not under extruded. Nice meeting you at Smurf. Did Ellie bring you chocolates? She did. Well, actually, she brought chocolates to like demo the printers, and then I took home a bunch of the chocolates that were left over. So I got extra chocolate. Oh, here we go. It's doing its... Okay, that part isn't any quieter. The stream overlay and punch-in scenes is shifted. What do you mean it's shifted? Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry about that. Let me fix that. Okay, move this and snap it back. Boop. Okay. Move the overlay and snap it back. There. There we go. Ah! There we go. Whale sounds. Oh. Let me play you the song of my people. That was the Bambu. It's doing its calibration, which is supposed to be quiet now. Oh, motor noise calibration takes 15 minutes. So I guess it's gonna do that after. Are they gonna just put TMCs in it from the start and we wouldn't have to do this? Like, it's a cost thing. They went with H bridges because that's what they know, because it's all former DJI. What I enjoy about England the most? Well, I only really got to do touristy stuff in Oxford at the event. So it's not like I got to do like, you know, I wish I had an extra couple days to do Smurf. I flew out the Wednesday night. It would have been nice if I flew out like Monday, spend a couple days in London, and then like Thursday morning wake up and make my way to Oxford and then spend like a day or two in Oxford, then the event. That would have been really nice, but I didn't have time for that. Bambu doesn't have TMCs. No, it uses H bridges to drive it, which are basically like, they don't bother with a driver. They use an H bridge of MOSFETs or something. I don't know, somebody who knows more about PCBs and computers and stuff can probably explain it. But yeah, they don't use a driver like we would use. They use H bridges because they're cheaper. Touristy stuff is all that bad. I like touristy stuff. Me and the wifey, we're wanderers. We like going somewhere and just wandering around. So like if a city has like a waterfront or like a park or like an open air mall or something like that, we just like wandering around. That's what we do. That's our thing. So that's what I like to do. Deano's gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. This is extruding pretty good, actually, I will say. Like, it's not under extruding. The filament is stringy, and it's making some photocopier noises, but it's going. H-bridge, it's old school. Yeah, that's what Bambu uses. Now, I didn't watch Tom's video. So apparently Tom Sandlatter, he did a video on this, and he was having some issues with this, and it had something to do with the motor, with the drivers. Does it smell like ozone? I don't know, I can't smell anything, actually. Well, it's empty, but I can't smell anything. Can I smell stuff? Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. I can't smell anything. That's not a good sign. Grab a bottle of ISO and just start stuffing it. I can't smell anything. Uh-oh. What a memento. I'll be back in a second. Well, this isn't the first time we're doing one of these on stream. Well, I had to dig for this box. They give these out in Canada. You just get them anywhere. Okie dokie. Plain old cold. Yeah, but it doesn't help. I ran into an ant the other day for breakfast, and she has the coof. So, oh my God, it has been a hot minute since I've done a Rona test. Is it expired? I don't think these ones are expired. No, I got 2 months left. So, COVID testing and printing. Fun times. Yeah, it's definitely the Revo Rotos making the noise, and I think it's something to do with the TMC drivers. I didn't watch Tom's video on his Roto. Apparently he had some issues with torque, and it might have been, I don't know if it was driver related. This is kind of why I wanted to actually test mine today and see how much, because we're pushing 30 millimeters. Like, it's not under extruding. It is not under extruding at all at 30 millimeters of flow. Okay, so what do I do here? I need one of these guys. Overlaid the plots and negative reviews of steady kills and COVID positive, and they're exactly the same. Yeah, because you lose your smell, right? You lose your sense of smell. And the fact that I don't have a sense of smell right now is kind of a thing. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, so before collecting the sample, place the extraction tube in the tube so it stands upright. Okay. So add the entire vial into that. Okay. Okay, that goes in there. Remove the swab, and then I gotta tilt my nose and do that. Do you do both nose? Yeah, do both noses, and then do that. Okay. Ooh, it's been a while. You smell. I grabbed a whole bottle of ISO. I can't smell the ISO. I'm a little concerned. Now, granted, my sense of smell is completely thrashed. Remember, kids, when you do gas mask hut in the Army, make sure you keep your mask on. But we'll see. Okay. I hate this part, but hey, it's content. Other nose. Yeah. Woo! Don't forget to like that smash button. Okay, now we let that sit for 2 minutes. Oh my God, my eyes are watering like crazy. Timer. Clock. Clock, timer, start. Stopwatch, start. There we go, 2 minutes, okay. Woo! Woo! Oh man. Okay, so now that goes in there for 2 minutes. And we put the little tube on that and we drip it out into the thingy and we find out. Oh my, don't cry, I'm trying not to. Okay, where's my thingy? There we go. Oh, keep going. Different power and other profiles in stock. Oh yeah, you should be running a completely different profile with this machine. With this now, like you're gonna have to retune all your profiles. Need some saline. My nose is like all dry though. Like that's the thing. Like I've been taking Tylenol cold and sinus for the past couple days, so it's like it's like super dry my nose right now. Like it's still stiffy. This actually like. It is not under extruding at all. I'm gonna bump the speeds up actually. Tune speed. Let's go to 120. 120%. Saline nasal spray. Okay, so stop that. Stopwatch. Okay. I gotta take that out. Okay. That is disgusting. Put the little thingy on there. Okay. And then I put how many drops? 3 drops. Okay. It all foamed up. Okay, whatever. Well, we'll see what happens. Now we wait. Now we wait 15 minutes. Can I chase chocolate? I don't know, I haven't. I gotta finish doing the Cocoa Press video so I can eat all the chocolate I have in the fridge. That's what I gotta do. Whew. So if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like that smash button. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, check out the links in the description. Consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter or gifting a membership to others. Okay. Reset the timer, 15 minutes. Thoughts on 195 Roto with filament sensor price. I can't remember the pricing. Here's the thing. Because of, wow, is my eye still watery? Yeah. It's hard to talk pricing, okay? Because pricing on everything has changed so much in the past like couple years. Everything's overpriced. I'm just gonna say it. Everything is, you can't complain about the price because we're gonna complain about everything. The only, like, anything domestically manufactured is gonna have crazy high prices. It kind of is what it is now. So for $195, the Revo Roto, let me pull it up here. Does it come with a hot end? I can't remember if it comes with a hot end. I think it's just the extruder. So it's 115 Great British pounds, low stock. Well, they're selling. Yeah, so you gotta get a hot side with it. Yeah, it doesn't, I wish it came with it. If it was bundled, it made a bit more sense. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. The censored it adds a run out switch. It also adds a programmable button. It depends on your use case. I can't say anything with prices because it's just such a, who knows? Because it depends on your situation. It depends on your budget. I mean, people put duets on enders. People put mosquitoes on enders. Like, what you may think is a waste of money is perfectly viable. It's like the Diamondback nozzles. People complain about the price of the Diamondback nozzles. I've spoken to people that use them. For them, in their use case, their nozzles make perfect sense for the price. Also, hey guys, 2 for fucking 2. I got COVID. God damn it. Two for 2. Dang it. Which means I'm probably over it by now, because I've been sick all week. I first had a stomach cold that turned into like a sniffling cold. So I'm like, oh, I just got, I was flying. No symptoms. Oh, I've been sick all week. Like shit. Oh well. You know what's funny? Everyone in the house has been like sick and they're finally okay. Like I caught it last because I got the cold that the little guy had, that he started getting sick while I was on the plane over. So it's like, well, I'm gonna get it. CDC, I ain't got CDC. I have to test the family. No, we don't. Mama don't know, it don't hurt him. Yeah, we'll do all that after. 1 second, let me break the news. Hey, little guy, have a good day at school? Yeah. Cool. I got COVID. Hi, Calvin. You have a good day at school, buddy?
No, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You want to come out here? Well, it's a little late for we're quarantining. If anything, you had it already because you were sick before all of us. And now he's fine.
Step on it.
You want me to step on that? Here. Bring it here. Give it to Daddy. Yeah. I don't know. Here, watch. Ready? 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 Yeah, too late for isolation. Oh well. If anything, I'm coming off of it. What are you doing in the fridge? Are you looking for Daddy's chocolates? You're not allowed to have Daddy's chocolates. You can have one little one. Okay. Okay. Oh, and you're gonna take one to Mama too? Okay. Okay, go take him to Mama. Hurry up, they're gonna melt. Take him to Mama, quick, it's gonna melt. They're gonna melt, hurry up. Okay, how are we doing now? How are we doing now? It's still okay. Okay, now it's under extruding. Okay, so 125 is too much. So tune, let's drop it back down to 100. Yeah. So 100. So what is 20% more than 30? So what? So half is what? 15. So that'd be like what? 35, 36. How old is Calvin? 5. Did I figure out how to make broken samples yet? Well, so I use on the cocoa press 36. Yeah, 36. See, math people. So 36 millimeters cubed with this filament is too much, but 30 is okay. So we're okay there. Yeah, you could definitely see where it's, yeah. So 30 is okay. What? Yeah, I know Thomas was having issues with it, and he said it might have been something with his driver. That's also why this is running in spread cycle mode, not stealth chop mode. So that's why it's being a little extra whiny, is because I'm running in like dumb stronk mode. I can't believe I got fucking COVID again. Where did I put the test? Yeah. Son of a. What are you supposed to do now? Like, it's basically, unless you're symptomatic, it's like, I'm over the symptoms now. Thomas not showing up at Smurf was very suspicious. I know, here, you know what? I've read into that. 1 second. So, there was there's a big conspiracy going on, right? Because both Tom and Stefan, never showed up for Smurf. They completely bailed. So it's obviously there's like a big government conspiracy that the Germans couldn't make it to Smurf. And in fact, the big guy even intervened and dropped a massive snowstorm that shut down their airport so they couldn't fly out, so they couldn't even make it. So yeah. Yeah, they got, Munich airport got completely like dumpstered by snow. So a bunch of people that were supposed to come from Germany didn't make it, and a bunch of people that managed to get out before the storm couldn't get home. As for the flow rate test, Tom uses that test bench thing, right? Alan Mandic really did his video literally at E3D. Like when he was filming that, we were all in the other room. Like he like scurried off to go film that video while we were all like having a meet and greet. So those are real world numbers, and he was getting near 30, and we're pushing. I mean, we're flow capped to 30, and we're doing it. Like it's 30 millimeters according to the slicer, flow capped to 30, and it's doing it. So yeah, it really sucks because I actually brought I printed one of those the hooks that Stefan uses for his tests, and I printed one of them in PEC, and I actually brought it with me to give to him, but alas, he did not make it, unfortunately. So I need to read a lot into the tuning. I am bad for tuning because you know what? Let's be honest. You guys see what I do with my printers. I put them together, I run a default profile and just send it. And half the time it's good enough. I mean, like this was printed on like, this is the default Bambu slicer profile. Like this is what these are printed on. They're fine. Like I don't think you have to tune your printers as much as you had to, because filament's a lot more consistent. Like I can't remember who I was talking to, but it's something we kind of realized during the Ultimaker build series, is the Ultimaker printed a lot better than I remember those kind of printers printing back in the day. And I think a lot of it is to do filament we have now, and slicers are a lot better. So there's less like just wonkiness in the system. Have you seen Clipper TMC Auto Tune? I have not yet. It's not a it's only a 1 kilogram spool. It's just wider than this spool is a Tico spool, so it's designed to fit in the top of the Tico. And I think there wasn't like a standard spool size at the time. So it's a 1 kilogram spool, it's just wider, but it's not as, the OD isn't as big. It's like blue toothpaste. It's like glittery toothpaste. Ah. Oh, well, that's done. Okay. So now let's print something. Sure, print, do we have print cache internal? What do I got on here? What can I print? Okay, let's just print the mini Joel. There we go, that'll give us a calibration because this is the same, so we'll print the mini Joel. There we go. I don't know where the mini Joels went. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna print a mini Joel in black ABS with the exact same settings and see if it changes anything with the Bambu. Oh no, I dropped my mini Joel. So that'll give us a 1-to-1 comparison with the new firmware. Ah. I can't believe. Well, this is the last time I Where's the fast part? This is fast. This is 30 millimeters cubed of flow. Like, that's a lot of filament coming out of that nozzle quick. What if I told you you can go fast without going fast? This is double the flow rate of the stock hotend, by the way. Like, we're pushing double what this machine could do. It's a 250 millimeter cube Benchy at 0.8 layer height with a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. That filament is coming out as fast as, like, watch the spool. Okay, not right now because it's doing like little parts, but. It's doing like little things, that's why it's not going fast. It's like, watch the spool, and then the spool doesn't spin. It's like, dang it. Yeah, it's being really funky with the Z hopping. Well, it's doing like a weird thing with its one with the top layer here. One second here. There we go. Running 1.8 with clear PETG is so clear. Well, yeah, you're pretty much just at that point, just take your filament, cut it into bits, and use them like Lincoln logs. Hello, my Ender 3 mainboard burned and smoke went out. What should I do? Okay, two things. First, why did the smoke get out? Second, you're gonna have to get a new board. So at this point, I would say go with something like an aftermarket board that's going to give you more features, something like a Big Tech Ender or an Ender 3 Mini or an E3 V2 or V3. So go with a modern controller board. Don't just buy another Ender board. They're shit. Get a board with more features that you'll be able to utilize. Put clipper on that thing, but also figure out why it smoked, because you don't want to put a new board in there and fry it right away. So catch the smoke and put it back in. That's a bit of a hard thing to do. Can Dragon High Flow reach this? Well, yeah, it's high flow. High flow is high flow. What is high flow? This is the problem with our industry. There is no standard. It's like flow rate tests. There is no standard flow rate test because everyone does it slightly differently with different temperatures. So there's like no generic, like I can print really fast at 300C on the nozzle with PLA because it turns it to water. What is high flow? What is normal flow? Like there is no like, what is like, oh, up to 15 millimeters cubed is standard flow. What is? Yeah, whatever it's doing here with like the Z hopping is really weird. Ultra high flow. Yeah, and then there's UHF, right? Ultra high flow. How's this coming along? Bed is preheating. And also we have 480 people here again. Where are you all coming from? Everyone tell me what you're doing right now in chat. I'm not just farming for engagement. I'm actually kind of curious because the last few streams we've been having, like, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with the almost 500 viewers. It's just normally we sit like 3 to 4 and the past couple streams have been like 4 to 5. And I'm just working. Oh, okay. Everyone's working, I guess. Am I second monitor content to you? Is that what I am here? Am I just the second monitor content? I mean, I'm not complaining. Make sure you click all the ads if this is second monitor. Background noise. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Third monitor. Ooh, fancy. Second monitor, second computer. I used your budget plan thoughts in a sales pitch. I think it can. I have a budget plan? Uh-oh. I'm getting my oil changed in California. Oof. How much does it cost to get an oil change in California? On the main TV. Jean Paul doing it right. How's Bambu doing? It just heated up, so we're about to start printing the mini Joel. Unfortunately, because it's a Bambu, I don't have an easy way to pull the feed. I'm not downloading a bunch of stuff. Twitter. You're just doing that for engagement. Yeah, I got COVID for engagement. Restricting messages due to potential raid. You're still. Well, this is probably like, I'll be honest, I ain't gonna do anything because like, I'm finally not sick. So I'm past the point where, you know, quarantine would have made sense. What I had first obviously wasn't COVID, because COVID isn't stomach bug issues with like the inability to keep things inside of you. So, although it does explain the lack of or lethargy the last couple days. So the last COVID project with Mando armor, what are we looking at this time? Power armor. If anyone knows a good STL pack for a full set of power armor, preferably T41 or T45 or T60. I prefer that over the T51 personally. Yeah. Also, it doesn't help I traveled international on a tin can twice. like there and back. And the flight was also a courier flight that like half the flight was also traveling from India, which people get sick there. Just gonna say it. There are a lot of old people on the plane that were coughing. So that flight itself was probably yeah, interesting. DO3D. I think I was looking at one. I was hoping there'd be like for the Mando armor for Star Wars, you use like I was hoping what's the Galactic Armories. Like I was hoping Galactic Armories had a Mando or a power armor set, but they don't. Well, COVID ain't over. Well, no, it'll be here forever. It'll be like the flu, right? Galactic Armory. Yeah, Galactic Armory does, like, that's where my Mando armor is from. But I was hoping there would be like an equivalent for a set of T45. Here for the background music. I got the lo-fi going. DO3D. Who's DO3D? Okay, Fallout. Let's see, what do we got here for Fallout? Ooh. Power armor. See, that's the inner parts. I don't want the inner parts. I don't want like a screen accurate, like, okay. So I want the actual, like, the suit. Man, that bamboo takes forever to get going. Awesome, gave me a free spool. Polymaker are awesome. They're great to work with. And if you want to win a free spool of filament from Polymaker, link in the video description. Or hey, the holidays are coming up. You want to treat yourself or that special someone to more filament? Buy it with the affiliate link, because I don't know, do it. Why not? It's not going to cost you anything extra, and you're going to need the filament anyways. Filament don't go bad. You can always dehydrate it. So you might as well just buy it all now with the affiliate code. It's not like the prices are going down anytime soon. Might as well stock up. Oh, that came out really nice. Is this what Joel printed the other day on his stream? I mean, that looks really nice. Look at all the poop, though. Here, let me hide chat. Look at all the poops. That came out really nice. Yeah, from his A1 stream, I guess. We had to babysit the whole time because the AMS light. Also, I see there's like, you can mount this on top of the printer. I don't know how stable that is. Apparently you can mount the entire AMS light on top of the printer. I don't know how stable that is. Oh, it's still loud. Oh, it's quieter now. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. For bridging and ABS, it better go slow or fast. I think fast. I'm trying to remember. Whatever defaults are in Orca Slicer, do that. Am I printing any of the Voron ornaments? I am not. I don't really do, like, we got enough ornaments on the tree. What's the word on clipperizing? OpenAMS is a Discord that apparently has some information about that. But I'm on enough Discord, so I am not on that one. But apparently some clever folks have already figured out how to get the AMS working on non-bamboo machines. Which, if so, that'll be very interesting. Because in my opinion, the AMS, not the AMS Lite, I'm not a huge fan of the AMS Lite. The stock AMS is probably one of the better things Bambu have done. Because they have really brought multicolor printing to the masses functionally. A bunch of waste and it's slow compared to other multi-material methods, but theirs has been like the first commercial one that's actually been like relatively successful. So good for them. You may blame MBR. What's he up to? I watch him every now and then. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a little quipping. I like being a little quippy. I think he's flying a little too close to the sun with a few of the shenanigans he does, but yeah, whatever. Free country, do what you want. Watch them make a revision. Oh, I fully doubt they would. Remember, the same company behind DJI. It'd be like flashing beta flight on a DJI quad. You're not doing that. AMS works so well due to cutting filament. I know. That's why a bunch of other people are now using that idea. It's one of those things that, like, people have done it. Cutting filament isn't a new thing. I've seen filament cutters in the past. I remember, like, seeing pictures of them and people posting, like, DIY versions of them on, like, the RepRap subreddit and whatnot years ago. It was always kind of like a little weird thing that some people were doing, and it never really became a thing, but now there is. Built my model on printables at 14 run. I do not do that kind of thing. Some are falling off, you know, push them all the way. I couldn't feel comfortable mounting on top. Yeah, that'd be something I'm kind of worried about. Let me find it here. I think they posted a picture on their Twitter. Yeah, this. I don't know about you. That is a lot. That is a big live load on top of my printer. That's 4 kilograms on top of the printer. There you go. Like, I'm sure the machine is stable, but that's, you know, if there's any sway up there, as the bed moves, it's going to do this. How many do I have on the Prusa? 2. Even this, like, I normally don't like this. I personally am not a fan of doing this. I only do it because it's the easy way to do it when we're printing small things. Like, in a farm setting, I would never do this. The rabbit carrot or carrot feeder does not have a cutter. There's a mod that does. Even the Chameleon now has the option for it, for a filament cutter if you want. You don't need it with the Chameleon, but it is an optional thing. Oh, here we go. Found one. Andy the Expatriatus. Is this who I think it is? Oh, of course. Yeah, it's an anti-vaxxer. Bye-bye. Oh, they really love Tesla. Of course they love Tesla. Are they even a human or a bot? Are they even a human or a bot? I'm pretty sure they're a bot. Yeah, all it is like Tesla stuff and like other. Yeah. Bot. Goodbye. Goodbye. I mean, as soon as you pull up the profile picture and it's them in a baseball cap with sunglasses, yeah, you know. Crypto bros. Oh God, the crypto bros. I can't even say crypto bro on Twitter because all the crypto bots show up. It's a sock puppet. Oh, don't mention sock puppets. We might bring the other guy in. 1 second, let me I'll be back in one. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Missed the reveal. Reveal of what? Where'd the music go? Did I turn the music off? There we go. Oof. How do you make that a 28-minute video? How did you make that a 28-minute video? Okay, I know we just talked about it. MBR, come on, dude. It's called an NDA, or not an NDA. Whatchamacallit? It's you know, embargo. It's an embargo. It's a standard thing. It's not a gag order. It's, hey, don't mention it before the certain time. Everyone does it. It's called an embargo, buddy. This is the clickbaity stuff. Don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. Walk into the light. What you do is you do the clickbaity stuff during stream. Explain AMS for something. Automatic man. What does AMS stand for again? Automated Material System. Any idea when Stealth Burner R2? Whenever it functional. Okay, I some people were like freaking out because in the Voron Phoenix video, there's a new revision of Stealth Burner on Voron Phoenix. And it's actually a couple things. It's a new version of the Clockwork, which has an internal filament runout sensor in it. And then it's also mounted on a new carriage, which uses VR2 rails. Look up the cost of VR2 rails on a custom machine mount. It's something more for, because of the extra precision needed on a machine of that size, and because of the increased BOM cost of a machine that size, it allows you to basically, like, you could spend more. It's like when you have a cheap machine, you don't buy really expensive stuff for a cheap machine. When you start looking at a machine within this price point, you start looking at Guccier things. That's kind of how that stuff came about. Obviously, people will probably put them in the standard Voron in the future, but it's like, yeah. Now, obviously, they're not real THK VR2 rails, put it that way. But yeah. Price, yes, $312 for VR2 rails. There you go. So obviously they're not real VR2 rails, but they are VR2 rails. So they're not THK. It's also Phoenix specific. It's the same mounting system. It's an MGN12 rail, so theoretically you should be able to do it. Although on Tap 2, remember, Phoenix runs 12 or 9 mil belts. Or is it 10 mil or 9 mil? I think 9 mil belts. It runs bigger belts. So the whole tool head's slightly different on Phoenix for the thicker belts. So. Will there be smaller versions? Well, here's the thing, Ivan. It's an open source machine. So all Voron does is release the CAD, the bill of materials, and the instruction manual. After that, it's up to you. If you want to build a 1 meter Phoenix, you have the bill of materials. Just buy longer extrusions and rods and rails and whatnot and build it yourself. Like, you want to build a 500 millimeter one? Go for it. You want to build a single tool head version? Go for it. Like, it's a DIY machine. You could build it as however big you want. You're the one buying the parts. Now, when it comes to if a company does a kit, I could see LDO, you know, only offering the one size or a specific size depending on like shipping. Because who knows, maybe it turns out if they make the machine 550, that when all the parts package up into a box, then shipping costs are drastically reduced than a 600 or maybe 650. I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's something, you know, companies that make money need to figure out, and we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that's the thing with an open source machine. If you want one that's bigger or smaller than the stock size, just build it bigger or smaller than the stock size. It's your machine. Do what you want. So, also the reason it has ball screws is, yes, it could work with belts. But with ball screws, when you power the machine off, everything just stays where it's at. And it's on a machine, you're spending $5 on a machine, you want it to be rigid AF. Am I getting a Phoenix? If LDO does kits, I'll bug Jason for one, but it's definitely not within the budget. How do members of the Voron make money? We don't. He didn't quit his company. Max has a full-time job. Pretty much like the only people on the Voron team that are fully like independent are like me, because my YouTube thing. I make no money off Voron directly. Everything I make is from YouTube. I don't make anything from Voron directly. There is a dev fund with Voron. You can donate to the site. On the main Voron site, there is a donation link. There are a few vendors that do donate. I don't know the exact amount, but they do donate to that of their own accord. There's no like agreement or anything in place. And those funds get used to like buy prototype stuff for test units and whatnot, or cover booths at events and whatnot. So you're saying I'm rich now? No, believe me, I'm not. I'm doing okay. So don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell. This does sound like we're not under extruding at all. So literally, like this filament, if I had some, if this was in an enclosure and I was feeding it some good old MG94 ABS, this could probably push quite a bit of filament. Isn't the V24 or V2.4 mini Phoenix? No, yes, kind of, sort of. V2 is based on V24. Ever building a 100? I built a Rook, and I really don't see a need to build a 100 because they're pretty much the same machine. How's the new car treating? I love it. Love it. Like, I hate having a car payment. It was really nice not having a car payment for like 4 years. But I need a new car, and there's no point buying a used car in the market in my area, so I had to buy a new car. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's a Subaru. I like it. Does the Rook do 100K itself? No. It's a 120 millimeter cubed open air PLA printer. Why the hell does it need to do 100K Excel? I want my prints to look good. Also, I've got a full fleet of enclosed machines that I normally print on. DataQ, $5. Cheers. Towards the make Nero richer than Linus Fund. That is not happening. That is nowhere near happening. Thomas gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Because 100 does. Okay. Cool. I mean, I got a Rook. I don't even print on it because I don't print on tiny open air PLA printers. I got a V0 that I use often. Well, somewhat often. Are any of the Voron designs done? Kinda. The V2 series is pretty much like the V2 and the Trident are pretty much feature complete. Like, let's be honest, there hasn't been a big update in V2 land for 2 years now. The V2 has been V2.4 R2 is like about as V2 is gonna get. Can you explain input shaping to me? Jovenmal, basically you calibrate your printer. So there's a few different ways to do it. The easiest way is to put an accelerometer on it. And as your machine moves, it vibrates. And based on the design of the machine, how it's built and whatever, you get harmonic frequency. So basically at a certain point, your machine does a movement that makes brrr happen and you get ghosting, right? Your print doesn't look good. So by doing input shaper, it basically graphs out the harmonics of your machine based on speeds and feeds. So it'll move it around and you get this nice little chart that looks like this, and it'll tell you where the machine, what frequencies cause the machines to basically vibrate the most, and it then avoids those frequencies. So it avoids moves, it'll adjust your speeds and feeds to basically avoid things that would cause negative impact on print quality. So input shaping. You got a Rook? Yeah, I got a Rook, it's right here. Rook. I just don't use it because it's a small framed open air PLA printer, which I don't really use that often. Was there a live? Yep. How do you pull it? You can pull it off. It saves it in the pie, and you have to pull it out. There's on the guide. There's a way to do it. I'm surprised Voron people didn't adopt OpenAS like I did earlier. Because it's not really something that Voron is the gist of Voron. For those that don't know, Voron has several design goals, and obviously they're kind of a guideline, and they're not all set in stone. But one of the basic tenets of Voron is no custom parts. So if you're wondering, you know, why Vorons are all 3D printed, it's because the main design goal of a Voron is anyone can build it using nothing custom. Now, granted, as Voron has evolved, obviously there's like custom tool head boards now, there's kit manufacturers that make all kinds of Gucci stuff, but a stock Voron, like if you just download the plans off the Voron site and you self-source, which don't self-source anymore, it's not really worth it. In some areas it makes a little sense because of shipping, but most of the time it's better to buy a kit. You could build a Voron using nothing but like an AliExpress and an Amazon gift card. You don't need to like hunt down any special components. Unlike, you know, Rat Rigs and VZ Bots, they have custom machine parts. Vorons are completely off-the-shelf part. Any part that goes into a Voron is either a 3D printed part or a part you can buy that is just off the shelf from multiple vendors. So an AMS, having to buy the AMS from Bambu would just immediately break that rule. Now, granted, Phoenix has a bunch of custom stuff, and Redacted and Redacted and Redacted have custom stuff, but those are redacted for redacted reasons. So. Any news on Magneto X? I think they did a live stream recently to show it printing because the unit that shipped to Smurf, because of ancient wiring and buildings. But yeah, they did a live stream, I think, recently where they showed it printing. Evo Steve, thank you for becoming a member. Redacted, Redacted, and Redacted were a law firm. Yeah, but that's redacted now. Do you think Vorons will get the motor noise cancellation stuff like Bambu? They're called TMC drivers. This Prusa Mk3 has TMC drivers for quiet stepping. It's been a thing since forever. Oh God, no, the Bambu people are changing history. They did this on purpose. They came out with a machine that's loud as shit, and then they put out a software thing to fix their hardware deficiency to make it quieter, and people think they're breaking the mold. Oh my God, the machine is quieter. Every machine is quiet now. Everyone uses TMCs. It's called Stealth Chop, and I don't use it because it's the torque reasons. Galileo 2 is Voron adjacent. Yeah. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, don't get me like, as you know, if a company comes out with a Gucci custom machine thing for a Voron that works really good, I mean, it's not going to be the stock option, but it's going to be a good option. So things like Galileo 2 and whatnot. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, actually, I completely forgot we're printing. Let me take my earphones out. It is a bit quieter. Yeah, actually, holy shit, it is a bit quieter. It's not crazy quieter because it's still, when it does the moves, like you're getting the vibration off the panels, and it's ABS, so I don't have the current air going. But I'll be damned, it actually is a bit quieter. So, hey, good on Bambu. The firmware actually does what they say it does. It is a bit quieter. I wouldn't call it night and day. I don't have a temper or a thingy to measure it, but I would say it's about as loud as like, yeah, probably as loud as a Voron doing the same speeds. Maybe a little bit louder. Yeah, it's probably a little bit louder than a Voron doing the same speeds. Not as loud as it used to be. Build a Prusa XY. No, I want to keep this the same. I don't want to change this. I've already. We're gonna put clip here on here at some point. Yep, here we got another one. Really? Got another one. Okay, so their name is Bravo Actual. They have an American flag in their name. They have a general with the no, I thought that was Brandon Herrera for a second. The meme And the only thing they've retweeted is a Starfield giveaway. And everything that they repost is right wing. And stuff that I can't show on YouTube. Like, this is the problem. Like, I should just post a COVID test every now and then to help weed out those folks. It's okay if it's your belief, but don't make it your personality. What type of motor drivers is the Mark III using? It's fully stock. It's fully stock. I want to see the VZ-Bot. We're going to get the VZ-Bot going again. I've done a few prints on it since getting it up. It's just I haven't really, because everything's kind of a mess in here right now, and it's coming up to the end of the year, so I'm moving some stuff around. I'm thinking of getting a bench. I kind of want to put an actual bench back here so I can put the VZ-Bot on a bench, which means I have to get rid of this toolbox. So I gotta figure out some layout stuff a little bit. Multiple extruders like the Prusa XL? Not really. The problem, Lexum, with a DIY tool changer, there is boop changer? I can't remember what it's called. Somebody did a V2 tool changer. The thing is, repeatability is a big problem. Having guaranteed repeatability on a tool changer is hard without using custom machine components. And that's one of the Voron things, is custom machine components, no custom machine. What size is the nozzle? It's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. It's thick with 2 C's. And this filament is really stringy. I probably should have bumped up the retractions on this. Noctua fans. Okay, Noctua fans for electronics cooling, sure. I wouldn't use them. It might be okay. Okay. Modern heat sinks are a lot better than they used to be. Revo, for example, the heat sink on a Revo, you don't like, it ships with a little 25 millimeter fan. So if you were using a 40 millimeter Noctua on this open air, you're probably okay. I wouldn't, okay. A Noctua fan on an open air printer on the heat sink only. That is probably the only thing you'd be okay on, PLA and PETG. Any machine that's enclosed, I would not put a Noctua fan on, and don't even try using it for part cooling. It's not enough. So yeah, so Noctua does have 24 volt, 10 mil fans now. I would only ever put them on an open air machine with a modern heat sink. So we're talking like a Mosquito, a Revo, or anything else that's like a modern design with like the really good heat break. I wouldn't use it on like a stock. Well, the stock one has a Noctua anyways. I got it right here. So open air only though. Enclosed I wouldn't, because the problem with Noctuas is they don't have a lot of static pressure. So like something like this where you're blowing directly onto the heat sink, you're okay. But something like a stealth burner where it's like ducted and whatnot, you might have issues. Where can you find the 5015? For this, just go on printables and just search Roto and it'll show up. What are you doing at the door? What do you want, Calvin? Oh, is that garbage?
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Thank you, Dad. I will put it in the garbage. Helpful little man. You have one on your ANET A8, it works. That's open air. Opinions on the Rook as a printer. I have a Rook 2020 and a Rook 2020 scalable in the works. Well, go for it. It's a fun little design. It's fun to build. It's kind of like a Fisher-Price, my first custom 3D printer build. If you have a bunch of the hardware already on hand, it makes a little bit more sense. There are a few kits you can buy. It's kind of like the Bonsai. I built a Bonsai, which if you go on Thingiverse and look up Bonsai 3D printer, it's like a little, same thing. It's like a 120 millimeter footprint, but it's a bed flinger. And I built that mostly using like spare parts years ago. Like I just had a bunch of leftover parts on hand. I'm like, what can I build? And I found that design and built it. So the Rook's kind of like that. It's kind of like, hey, I have a bunch of extra stuff on hand. I'm gonna build a printer with it. It's kind of like these, like, you know, everyone, there's a whole bunch of them now. Heat set presses. Like this one uses Voron parts. So if you got like a leftover key back and a rail kicking around, you can build this one out of printed parts and Voron parts. But if you want to buy one, there's kits and whatnot. So Evo Steve, $5. Cheers. Late joint question. We are able to confirm or disprove Tom's finding on the Roto's max flow. What is the slice? We're running at 30 millimeters cubed right now. According to the slicer, this is running at around 30 millimeters cubed flow rate, and we're not under extruding. So it's there. I know Alan got 27 out of his, and he was just using like Prusa PLA. If you're using like a Gucci high flow ABS like Mk3 you're probably gonna get higher. But it's keeping up. Like, and this is running at, ooh, ow. Okay, that motor's hot. That motor's really hot. But it's running at the recommended motor settings, but I'm also running it on spread cycle, not stealth chop. So. Yeah, that motor's hot, and that's at the recommended too. I will say it is a little bit like whinier than the stock extruder. Oh, it's not like I could touch it, like I'm touching it right now. It's just hot. It's also like running at its like I'm pushing it. It's not like running slow. Like. See, every time I cut to this, like show the spool spinning, it's doing like a little thing where it's doing retraction, so you can't see it spin. It's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle at 0.8 layer height. So she's chooching. She is chooching. They got 49 millimeters cubed with a 1.4 high flow and PETG. There you go. Because here's the thing, different filaments, you're gonna get different flow rates, right? PLA is actually one of the worst filaments to do high flow with. That's why Bambu has like a special formula of PLA that they sell to get higher flow rates. Because even like their stock profiles for PLA in the machine, like generic PLA is like 15 millimeters cubed. So it depends on what you're printing with. ABS flows probably the best. Like Mk3 ABS flows really good. That's why you see a lot of speed Benchy people use it. So. But yeah, also remember, it's going to depend on your hot end too, right? Like the Roto is just the extruder. Revo Roto is just the extruder, not the hot end. The hot end on this is a Revo high flow with a 1.4 high flow nozzle. So it's a 60 watt heater and whatnot. True temp is it? Yeah, we're running at 230 right now. It is a little stringy though. That's the only thing I don't like. But considering this is like 10-year-old filament, I'll take it. I will take it. Any advice for navigating the sea of extruder hot ends for Voron? Let's go. Personal opinion, if you're building a Voron, buy a kit. I like the LDO kits. And just use what the kit comes with and then go from there. Because the beauty is you can always change it later. And stock is pretty good. How is the heater spring attached to the heatsink? It just clips. It's just a clip. So as you tighten the heater in, it just clicks in. Just so I can know how many more time you would run stream I have to work. Streams are usually 3 hours. So we probably got like another hour, a little over an hour left on this. What hot end do I like the most? Personally, Revo. I'm not opposed to other hot ends. The VZBot has a Goliath in it. I've got a machine with a Rapido The rat rig has a Rapido in it. I just like, Revo is kind of like my go-to because they're just so easy to work with. It's a really nice form factor. There's different mounts available for different heat sinks. It's really easy to change nozzles. Really, it's a nice form factor. I like the Revo ecosystem. Now that the ecosystem's done, well, not done, but like it's fleshed out, and you have abrasive resistant, you got high flow nozzles, high flow heaters, you got all that. I do like the Revo ecosystem. It's kind of like my current recommended. So. Do you ever figure out a way to print resin in cold months in the garage? Yeah, I bring the resin printer inside. It kind of lacking in high flow. I mean, it's doing 30 millimeters cubed right now. So, hi Calvin. Why are you walking around with jeans, your winter boots on, and no t-shirt? What are you doing out here?
I want to help you.
You want to help me?
Yes.
Help me with what?
I want to watch it.
You want to watch it?
Testing.
Okay, go put a shirt on. It's cold out here.
I want to watch it.
Well, yeah, because you're standing in front of the heater.
Look.
What are you doing? Go put a shirt on. If you want to help Daddy, go put a shirt on. Go put a shirt on. I'm liking it so far, just getting a few. The Revo nozzles I find have a very, let me find a stock nozzle here. Yeah, I find the Revo nozzles, the flat around the nozzle is a little bit bigger than most. It's not as pointy, which I find does kind of collect a little bit more boogers, but it leads to a better finish, I find. There. So you want to see the printer printing? So don't touch it.
What is a giant boat?
Yeah, it's a giant boat.
What? It's a medium one?
What?
A medium one?
Yeah, it's a blue boat. Yeah, I'm making a blue boat, a big blue boat.
No, a medium one.
And a medium one? Well, actually, that would be a medium one because there's a big one inside, right? What do you see? What were you eating?
Big one inside?
Yeah, the big one inside. Remember the big pink one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cake.
And here's a little one.
I want to.
Well, don't touch it. The machine's running. You can't touch the machine if it's running.
It's not?
Yeah, you get hurt if you touch it. There you go. Leave it alone. Thoughts on the K1 regular? You know what? I'm starting to warm up to the K1. The first few batches of K1s apparently had issues. I'm still kind of not happy. You know, Creality reached out to me and offered to send me one, and I was like all for it, and then they completely ghosted me, so I have no idea. So I have no personal use with the K1s, but I'm hearing like the current ones they're selling are pretty good, and you can get them relatively cheap. So the stock K1 is what, $250? Is it $250 or $230? And then they have the K1 Max, which is the Uncle Jesse door breaker special. But at Smurf, at the 3D Chameleon table, they had a stock K1 with a 3D Chameleon on it. And I'm like, if you got a K1 at one of the...
are over there.
What's that? It's just a little tree.
What?
These...
Over there.
What, these?
Yeah.
Oh, those aren't for you.
What is it for?
Those are pistol grips.
What they will it for?
They're grips for a pistol. Yeah. If a K1 at like a yeah, that's you on screen. On a Micro Center sale, like Microsoft has them on sale. They're for the Blade Runner blaster. Yeah, you can see yourself on screen. Micro Center has the K1s on sale for like what, $300? Like, Apparently the whatchamacallit, the new A1 is like $399 MSRP. So that is gonna be hard because now a K1 is 300 bucks. It's like, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. In the US, there were 300 bucks for a K1 at Micro Center for a bit, right? Oh. Oh, is that print done over there? Ooh. Yeah, it's all done printing. Who's that?
I don't know.
That's Joel.
Oh.
That's Joel.
Oh.
3D printing nerd. Can you say 3D printing nerd? Oh, you could say it better than that. Who is that?
Joel?
That's Joel. Actually, where is the other one? $349. $349 for a K1. If they've sorted out the bugs, which I think they have, that's a damn good deal. Like, I can't tell any difference print quality wise. This is the same G code, by the way. Yeah, in terms of like print quality between like the new firmware and the old, it's about the same. It's just quieter now. So yeah, good job, Bambu. Props to Bambu. They made the printer better for free. Should have did it from the start, but whatever. $429. Yeah, that's not. K1 is $429. K1 Max is $699 at Micro Center. On a Black Friday deal, or if you know you can get it for under $429, you get a sale on it. That's dang good for an enclosed high-speed Core XY machine. Just make sure if you got a Creality, make sure you flash and put normal clipper on it. Jailbreak that thing. Prepare for some tacos. That's why you got bed leveling. You got a bed probe for a reason. I mean, the Bambu bed ain't any thicker. It's pretty thin. Like, this is. Were you annoying mommy? Is that why you're out here? Are you playing peekaboo with yourself? What are you doing? What are you?
I got a class already.
Are you hungry? Are you an alligator?
No.
Are you losing another tooth?
No.
No? Is that one wiggly too?
No,
let me check. Oh, go show mommy. Go show mommy your wiggle tooth. Yeah, go show mommy your wiggle tooth. You're about to lose another tooth. Thumbnail face. I've corrupted him. He's been corrupted by YouTube. Hey, go show mommy your wiggly tooth. Yeah. Oh, go show mommy. Go. You're gonna lose your tooth. Go show mommy your wiggle tooth. K1 is 3mm aluminum bed and is screwed to the frame wide apart. Trust me, the average consumer can have issues I saw. Yeah, run a bed mesh. That's what a bed mesh is for. A lot of brass or copper plated steel brushes out there that will wreck your nozzle. I don't run white brushes, honestly. K1 is €540 here. Oof. Oof, that sucks. But yeah, the where did I put the Joel? The new firmware on the K1 or on the K1, the X1, print quality is the same. I can't notice any difference between these two prints before and after. And the machine is noticeably quieter. I still wouldn't say like it's put in your bedroom quiet, but it is noticeably quieter. So you know what? You know what? Good job, Bambu. Good job. Did you see the video? I saw it on Reddit. It was it's like a security, like it's an in-house security camera thing, and the dad is like sitting on the couch, and you hear the kid's like, "Dad, Tooth Fairy gave me $110," and the dad's like, "No, the Tooth Fairy gave you 2 10s." He's like, "No, I got a 100 and a 10." And you see the dad like quickly run up and check his wallet, and he just slams it down. He's like, "I guess she did." Tooth Fairy was drinking last night. I'm like, shit. Oh, You can't take it away. I guess like, went from 65 to 60. So remember, decibels, it's kind of like the metric scale or the Richter scale with earthquakes. It's not linear, right? So it's like each one is like 10 times more. So 65 to 60 is a pretty big drop. Fans are still going to be loud, and the machine itself is still like it's very thin metal frame. It's going to be, but it is noticeably quieter. Like it annoyed me less when it was printing during the stream. So. And considering I got to start printing all the parts for the Nerf blaster. K1 is $569 Canadian, K1 Max is $999 Canadian. Oof. Yay, Canada prices. Also remember, these are full-size machines. Like they're shipped, like the problem with the bigger machines too, you're not gonna get the cheap flat pack shipping rates, right? Which Nerf blaster? We're doing the bolt action or the lever action one. I got the kit right up there. I got to print all the parts for it. And then what is it? The Zinc 2.0? 2.0. Somebody had some of these at Smurf. And now I want to print one. So I will probably look into building that. I'm not buying a pre-assembled one. I am self-sourcing. Your K1 is already dead after... How did you kill a K1 in 11 days of printing? Like, are you talking 11 days of print time? And what happened? Doesn't have the quality fans. Fans are easy to swap, at least on machines that aren't Bambu that use like custom proprietary pit outs. I think we do like $5 for the little guy. He's only lost one tooth so far. So I think we do like, when I was a kid, I got a toonie. So for me, it was a toonie when I lost a tooth. How are the Magic Phoenix kits? So when it comes to Voron kits, the only kit I have no qualms going, yes, go buy it, are the LDO kits. Those are the only kits I officially like endorse with my personal seal of approval. The Voron team doesn't recommend anything. The official stance of the Voron team is do your own research. But I personally have no problem recommending LDO kits. As far as the other kits go, they're all kind of pretty good. Formbots kits are like one step down from LDO, if I remember correctly. The Physec kits, I wouldn't personally, but they're not bad. The Magic Phoenix kits I've heard are good. I just haven't built one, so I can't really say anything about it. Seabor, if you're looking to be cheap, I know they cut a few corners, but for the price, you can't really complain. The newer Seabor kits, I've seen like a few builds, like Alan's built some and whatnot, and they seem pretty good, so. Seabor has become really expensive. Have they become expensive, or they're just not using really shitty cheap parts? Like, that's the thing, because if quality has gone up, then price is going to go up. That's the thing. If you're looking to be cheap, then is Voron your best option? No, if you're going to be cheap, just get like a Saval SV06 and call it a day. A Physec kit Trident, a 300mm Trident kit from Physec for $5.99. That is a bargain. So I built a Physec kit. I had issues with the wiring, and all the motors died. Bed abnormality error after 11 years print time. Check your wiring. Make sure none of the wires are frayed or anything. Make sure the connections are loose, and make sure the crimps are still tight. Lecter kits are good too. I built a V0 Lecter kit that was really nice. Came with a bunch of Gucci stuff. And Derek gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, appreciate it. Would you put sound dampening material inside a Core XY? Personally not. If you are going to put anything inside a Core XY machine or an enclosed machine, put this stuff, Reflectex. You can't see because somebody donated some memberships, so I'm over the screen. So you're gonna have to wait for me and the bunny ears to disappear. So we're waiting on me to disappear with the bunny ears. Come on. Timing. Dang it, another one. Okay, whatever. Look at live stream chat. What do you mean? In the Discord? Ooh. CGI trader. Oh, that's a good picture. Yeah, a pool. Yeah. So that's what I want to build. As a former USPSA person, yeah, I want the pistol pew pew. Ooh, and it looks like I may be getting an Arc 2 kit.
I got a blue tube already.
Holy shit! What?
I got a blue tube already.
You got a blue? Okay. You pulled it out already? Okay. Yeah. Let me smile. You got blood all in your mouth. Good job. Fist bump. Yeah.
What blood?
Yeah, you got blood all in your face. You're bleeding. Let me see. Smile. Yeah, that's missing. Did you do this? Or did mommy help? Oh, wow. That's okay. Okay, go give that to mommy.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I think I got a 5. Good job. I was like, hey, that looks a little loose. And then he just went and ripped it out. Okay. Where are my pliers? Are all my, okay, I'm gonna lock up all my pliers. There we go. Put all the pliers in the drawer. Don't be cheap, only 100. No. Print a box? No, that wouldn't be sanitary. You gotta remember, anything with 3D printing is not really hygienic because of all the nooks and crannies and whatnot. These streams are so legit and real. No, these are all fake. None of these are live. These were all recorded in front of a live studio audience, and you're watching the playback. Timing. The zinc is banned at most events. I could see it. The zinc 2.0 Nerf gun does look very much like, if you were to print that in some like black matte ABS or some silver, it would look a little too, it's not something I would want to go test in my driveway at night in an American city with American police officers. Put it that way. Print a box for the pliers. See what we could have done. Oh man, I could have, oh my God, I could have clickbaited the hell out of that. I could have tied a piece of string to his tooth and then tied it to the other end to the beds on a bunch of bed flingers and done acceleration tests to pull his tooth out. I could have milked my kid for content. I could have used him as a content farm. What kind of YouTube parent am I where I'm not exploiting my kid for content? What is going on with me? Next tooth. Today, we've got 8 bed flingers. Which one has the most acceleration? We're gonna pull my kid's tooth out with one. Let's go. It's still pending, but they're gonna send me a kit, the guys behind it. So we're gonna be building an Arc 2. Woo! I am bad at planning content. I am. And that's to make it on the Nathan Build Robots team. What team? Oh, is that his little, like, I seen he did like a chart thing. And I seen what he did, yeah. It's lighthearted fun. Print look a bit on the dodgy side for Prusa. I mean, techie, like, It's always the Dutch. This is a Revo Roto. So not only do we have a aftermarket extruder on here, we have an aftermarket hot end on here with a 1.4 millimeter nozzle printing 10-year-old PLA that shipped with the Tico on a print that we literally just eyeballed the settings to max out flow rate. And it's stringy to shit. Like, in terms of like setting up for success, we've done none of that. And it's, you know, it's still coming out pretty good. So I'll take it. Fake 3D printing mock-up in IKEA that was posted on Twitter. No. The cast aluminum heated bed upgrade for K1 from Gulf Coast Robotics. I'm definitely getting it. Is this like, are you doing an ad? Did you just make me do an ad read for free? Go faster? We can't. I tried bumping it up to 120% speed, so bumping it from like 30 millimeter cube to 36, and it started under extruding. But we're at the point where it's going to be very filament dependent, and 10-year-old PLA from a Tico is not a high flow filament apparently. So yeah. Also, probably all the dog hair on the filament doesn't help. No clog in it. Yep, so we're printing with a 1.4 nozzle, so we don't have to worry about clogging Tico filament. So, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Oh, this is cool. 3D printing is so mainstream that IKEA uses fake 3D printing props as decorated at the office. I mean, close enough for an IKEA prop. Like, they also have like fake consoles and whatnot. I'm gonna build a switch wire. Can I use this SKR M8P Manta with a CPU1 for that? You could. The M8P might be a little overkill. Don't they make an M5P or something? MP5 or something? MP8 is a little. You don't need 8 drivers for a switch wire. You only need 1, 2, 3, 4. XYZ. Yeah, you only need 4. Why does the Bambu need to poop if it's printing a purge tower? Because it's just the process that it does. It has to purge quite a bit of filament. It doesn't. What the Bambu does isn't really so much. It's more of a prime tower. But depending on, because it has such a big zone where, because it cuts the filament, it doesn't do a retract. So it leaves pretty much the whole length of the hot end of filament in there, and it has to purge that out every time. And then you have to flush to the next color. M4P and EBB36. There you go. Yeah, like this is good. This is stringy because I didn't change any of the retraction settings. So, you know, retraction settings that are tuned for the stock Prusa extruder with a 0.4 nozzle aren't going to pair up when you're using a Revo Roto with a 1.4 high flow. Why does it have a prime? It's just good process. So you technically can get away from using a prime tower with a few tricks. Filament Frenzy did a really big print on a Prusa XL with no prime tower. But what he did was, you know how normally you start with your outer wall, then infill? You start with your infill. Because what ends up happening is you do your purge. So you do your purge back here and you purge your, like, your poop or whatever, or you swap tool heads. When you do that little move over, sometimes your nozzle's not quite primed. You may have over purged or under purged, or because that, in a tool head changer, because that nozzle was sitting there, the filament might have oozed a little bit. And then when you go to print, you like under extrude for a little bit. Now on an outer wall, you don't want that. At the start of every line, if you under extrude for like a couple mils, you're gonna see that. But if you start with infill, you don't see it. So you can kind of get away from that. At the downside of potentially having weaker infill. But if it's a cosmetic print, then it doesn't really matter. Like if the last, okay, so there's different behaviors for a prime tower. So what you can do is, depending on your slicer, and if you have room for the tool head, I've done it where your purge tower, if it's one color, it doesn't bother. So that means the extruder has to be able to print up here and then come down for a prime tower, which depending on the mechanics of your printer might not always work. I've done it before. Otherwise, what they do is they just do like a very hollow single color until they get back to layers where you're having multiple colors. So. I've done it before. It depends on the geometry of the printer and what you're printing, if that's feasible. Do I have a Prusa XL? I do not. If I did, it would be in frame, because where else would I put it? Actually, I'd probably put it downstairs. What are we at? We're at 4:15. Don't forget, we're gonna be doing a giveaway at 5 o'clock to give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Woo. We got 500 people, 530. I should get sick with COVID more often. Apparently that brings everyone out here. On the ceiling. I wouldn't hang one from the ceiling. I will say the Revo High Flow has been working really nice. Or the Revo High Temp's been working real nice with the Gucci stuff. Didn't I order? I pre-ordered an XL because you guys pressured me into it on a live stream. But the problem is real life kind of happened. And in terms of my budget for the channel this year, I have gone way over budget. One, covering events. I've gone to pretty much every event I could this year. A bunch of them were sponsored, but there still are costs associated with that. Like, for example, yes, I was sponsored to go to Smurf, but I also didn't live stream for like a week and a half, which actually, you know, while I was at Smurf, I was sponsored. I basically didn't make any money during that time there. And the sponsorship was pretty much eaten up by expenses. So yeah. But the printers that I did buy this year, I bought a Prusa Mk3. I bought the Ultimaker Original, and I bought the Cocoa Press. And then some other equipment, whatnot, but also renovating the entire garage, some camera equipment, some other travel equipment, whatnot. Basically, I went way over budget on expenses for the channel this year, and then I also bought a car because I had to, which I didn't plan on buying a car for another year or two, but I had to do it early. So yeah, that kind of ate into the Prusa XL budget. In terms of Prusa XL budget, we don't have a Prusa XL budget. So I'm hoping that Prusa kind of wakes up and does some proper marketing with influencers again. So we'll see. Self-isolating. It's a little late. I'm over the sickness. Like, I'm not sick anymore. I was sick all last week. So quarantining now kind of makes no sense. Got to get a guest host to run the live stream. I have Prusa XL at home. Oof. Ooh, that's a real... Yeah, that motor is running hot. I mean, I did do the stream from Smurf, actually. I finally actually watched it the other night, and it came out pretty good, so. Can you guarantee your financial stability in 2 years from now? If so, pre-order Prusa now. I know it's easy to chirp on Prusa for how long the delays was, but let's be honest, it was out of their control. Like, believe me, the company, if you're a company and you're coming out with a product, you want to put it out there so you can sell it. Keep delaying sales is never a good thing. So yeah, it sucks, but it's not like they were doing it on purpose. I mean, at least I didn't do a Kickstarter. That looks pretty good. For 30 bucks? That ain't bad. Has anyone reviews recommended? Well, it says wearable. Got that while it's clean. Okay, take a look at it. Doubt. Well, it's 20 bucks. So what you do is you buy it, you print the helmet and see if the helmet's good, and then you go from there. StarCraft Marine Armor. Fallout's the current hotness because of the show coming up. I need to borrow the rack, or I just print it in multiple parts. I mean, I've got a 300 millimeter. The biggest printer I got right now in terms of XY, the Trident's 350 on the XY, but it's only 250 on the Z. The VZBot is 330 by 330 by 400, so that would probably do a bunch, but it's not enclosed yet. So it'd be the LDO V2, my V2 downstairs, and a lot of the Bambu. Scale things. Yeah, you always scale things. The thing is, the power armor, you're supposed to be tall in it. So, yeah. You need an undersuit with it. That's the thing. Like, if you look, like, let me pull up the picture here of somebody wearing it. Because what I would be afraid is, like, the Mando worked on me, because the Mando is scaled for a human. But what I would be worried is you put this suit on, and you have your skinny little human arms coming through here with your itty bitty human hands, versus this guy. Like, you could tell he's wearing a suit in the suit. Also, he's like a foot taller than this guy. So, yeah. Stringy? Oh yeah, it's stringy. I mean, this filament is ancient, and it's like translucent PLA, so it's like, you know, it's gummy. Cloth inside the cover, and outside, no suit required. Yeah. And the risers on your feet. Yeah, oh yeah, you would definitely need risers. You want to get some like good old like dommy mommy goth boots to wear for this. Have I been 3D scanned yet? I have not. I keep meaning to, and I've never been 3D scanned yet. Grant, if you're watching, Grant, next time we meet up, you gotta scan me. Are there consumer? The Revo stuff, Revo Point. I've heard decent things about the Revo Point. They actually sent me, I have a 3D scanner. Revo Point sent me like their very first 3D scanner. I spent a week trying to get it to work, and TLDR, I am shit at CAD and like Blender and whatnot. So I would have had to like learn 3D modeling to be able to use the scanner properly, other than like a little demo of it. So I kind of put it aside and haven't used it in a while. Mini prints in Toronto. I'm 4 hours away from Toronto, so that's not gonna help. Scanner guy never sent us the files. Oh, that sucks. When released are you going to build? Yep, they reached out. I will be getting an ERCFA kit, an ERCFA V2, an ERCFA V2 kit. So whenever that comes in, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. The motor will get warm, that's fine, just don't touch it, also recommend. Yeah, but how warm is warm? Because like, I'm running this now at like the 340 milliamp, and it's like 1 or 2 seconds of hand contact with like the back of a finger. Like, my thumb's not bad, I can hold my thumb on it for a bit. But she's running hot. But I mean, like, that's, what plastic did you guys use for the injection molding? For the injection molding? Like, if it's like a nylon, it should be okay. 17 or 20 millimeter thick motor. It's a custom motor. It's actually kind of thin. It's a, it's not an off-the-shelf motor. It's like a 13 millimeter, 13.3 millimeter stepper motor or something like that. Is there actually an ERCFA V2? There's no upgrade. It's a full new revision. Like, you need to rebuild it. It's been a while since I built the ERCFA. That was like one of the older build series on this channel. Can you print Voron parts with CF nylon? You can. Just be careful. A lot of nylons have issues with creep. So what happens is if you tighten a screw, a month later that screw might not be tight anymore because the plastic creeps. So be careful with the nylons. Make sure you get a nylon that doesn't have creep issues. So. Have I seen the belt printer kit? I think I know what kit you're talking about. I have. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I know of it. I think you took a few years off DFH life with that series. Oh yeah, poor DFH. That series, like, the problem with the, like, my build series with the Urkva, I was building it like as they were doing the manual and the config. So like everything was being updated during that build series. So like, I would start the stream, it's like, yeah, so a bunch of stuff we did last stream is like out of date already, so we gotta fix that. And it's like, ugh. So. Like, I think I was one of the first people to build one like on a stream or whatever. So it definitely was early days when I built mine. So we were like kind of fiddling it out as we go. Am I gonna build a trad rack? If somebody sends me a kit, maybe. Urkva wasn't ready. It was ready, but it was ready for tinkerers. So. That was before I went pro. Was it? I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was like just before that, I think. So I was in the new room, but it was like, I was in that new room for like a year before I went over full-time YouTube, right? The math questions are getting complicated. I know. The answer is 6. Return of the bunny hat. I will hunt down another bunny hat. Unfortunately, that bunny hat got destroyed by either my dog or my kid. I don't know who, and neither will tell me. Ooh. So long. Well, here, let me pull it up. So it's been a while since I've counted here. So let's take a look here. So content, live streams. So if we only look at live streams on my channel that are public, so visibility, public, apply. So it's counting this live stream. Yep. Today is live stream number 373. So today is live stream number 373. So 373 live streams at 3 hours each, divided by 24. So on average, it would take you 46 days to watch every one of my live streams if you watch non-stop. In 3 years, I've done 45 days of content. More than 45. Most of my streams are over 3 hours. Like they're three. Like we have a 9-hour or 10-hour live stream in there. Oh geez. When was my first live stream? View my channel. Live. Oldest. So that was 3 years ago. Yeah, so 4 years. It'll be 4 years in May 2nd. 4 years May 2nd since I started live streaming. So in just under 4 years, I've done over 45 solid days of content. How about them apples? You also have the, no, I've taken most of those offline. Clips channel in the future. That would require me to sit down and actually edit my live streams into something, which I really don't want to do. And the problem is, any editor that I would hire to do it would cost me more than I'd make off of it. So. We're selected beyond the production crew of. Yeah, somebody sent me I just watched the clip where he was talking about me. I was like, okay, cool. Oh, we're almost done. Oh man, hearing the gears on this thing. Like, I think it's just because of how much filament that's pushing. Like, it's just do a long extrusion so we can see it spin the thing. Am I not concerned about backlash? No, it's a planetary gear system. It'd be very hard to get backlash in there. Is it it's gotta be planetary gear. I think it's planetary gear. What time are we at? We got 27 minutes. So basically whenever this boat finishes, I'm gonna end the stream. So whenever this boat finishes, we'll do the giveaway. So get it by the 19th. Okay, I see it. I'll grab that. No, okay, you dropped me a link. Is it Amazon.com or Amazon.ca? Because it's .com, it's a pointless link. I'm in Canada, eh? And shipping stuff from Amazon.com to Canada sucks. I always get stupid fees. Oh, you did put the .ca link. $30! Ugh. Crest toothpaste boat. It is sounding a little... I'm not a huge fan of the noise. But it's working. Will I test the Orbiter 3 at some point? I've got one. I'm gonna put it in a machine. I just need to figure out a machine to put it in. Originally, I was gonna put it in this, and then I got my hands on a Revo Roto, and I was like, ooh, I'll put that in here. I will put it in something. Maybe the Ultimaker, if I can figure out how to mount it. We'll see. I mean, the whole point of this test was basically just to see the flow rate, just to see how the Revo Roto handled high flow, and it's handling 30 millimeters cubed. 30 millimeters cube's high flow, so good enough. Tony, cheers for upgrading the membership. Yeah, it's making some like, it's also, remember, this is 2130s running in spread cycle mode, so they're gonna be a little whiny, I think. I think it's just kind of like a nature of the beast thing with it. I'm doing Voron parts on my Ender 3 clone. The bridging is causing me issues. Any tips I can use for bridging in ABS? A little bit of fan. If the printer is fully enclosed and you're getting some nice ambient temps, maybe a little bit of fans on bridging. What kind of, what issues are you having with the bridging? Because there's really not a ton of bridging on the Voron parts, where like no long bridges. It's like a few little things. So like if it's a minor cosmetic, you might be able to just ignore it. But if it's like really bumming up holes, then you might have to play around with your settings. Maybe a little bit of fan on bridging and go a little faster. Like normally when I'm printing ABS, I run like a 10 to 15% part fan.
if it's affecting the holes. Don't forget, don't be afraid. If you need to just run a drill bit through a hole to clean it up sometimes, run a drill bit through a hole to clean it up. Nothing wrong with that. I've done it.
Let's see here, what's going on? Below $10, cheers for the future zinc build, by the way. It fits perfectly in a holster designed for the SIG P320. I don't have a SIG P320 holster on me. I've got a bunch of wide body 1911 holsters, so it might fit in there, we'll see. I was gonna say, the way it's designed does look very SIG. What act am I on for BG3? Oh yeah, we're gonna be going back to the streaming channel, the games tomorrow, hopefully. Yesterday I was just completely zonked out. So on the playthrough for Baldur's Gate 3, we're on Act 3 on the Twitch streams. So we're resuming that tomorrow. I know it's been like 2 weeks. But in terms of me personally, I've beaten the game several times already. I've gone through 2 full playthroughs that I finished. 2 more playthroughs that I've gotten to like Act 3 and then never finished, and now we're at the Twitch playthrough. And then when we finish the Twitch playthrough, I want to play an evil son of a bitch, because I haven't done a full evil playthrough yet, so I don't know if I'll stream that or not. But that's something I need to do, an evil Raid the Grove, Romance Minthara evil playthrough. Oh, we're doing the smokestack. The fan is at 25% for bridge oil. Don't forget, Sebas, fans take time to ramp up. So if you're doing a short bridge, it might not ramp up during the bridge itself. Dark Urge? Yeah, it would be a Dark Urge. Like right now we're playing on the live stream, we're playing a Redeemed Dark Urge and it's going pretty good. We're in Act 3. I think we just got to Gortash. So actually that's gonna be a really good scene with Karlach. There. Yeah. And then I actually went back and I played my first playthrough to redo the ending so I could see all the new stuff they added with the new patch. So, the big Benchy. Yeah, a 250% Benchy in what, 2 hours? What's the print time on this? Oh, we're almost done. Recommendation for cheap Mark 3S enclosure because I print 12 ambient and ABS and ASA aren't happy. For the cheapest, literally throw a towel over it. Now, what you could do is you can get those like photo boxes, like a grow tent. Like go on Amazon and look for like a little grow tent. You can buy those. If you have a cardboard box, you can put a cardboard box over it. Like literally cardboard works fine. What do you think of Raphael singing? Oh, dude, the Raphael fight is awesome. Also, apparently, if you talk to his partner, you can call him out before you can totally like give him like drop a burn on him before you attack. So we're gonna try that. What do you have?
A balloon.
What's in the balloon?
Water and a pear.
Water and a pear?
Pear. A pen pear. A baby pear.
Oh, a bear?
Yeah, a baby one.
A baby bear?
A baby bear. A then baby pear. A then baby pear and water.
Oh. That's a thick boy. Bridging was pretty good. It is stringy AF, that is for sure. But in terms of finish, I don't know, I mean, compared to other times. Yeah, this boat's done. You want it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have it in a bit. You gotta go inside though. Daddy's almost done. Can you read it? No. It's a little, yeah. As far as, you know, this isn't the first time we've done a thick Benchy on this channel. Usually they never turn out good because we never tune a profile for it, right? We just throw a fat nozzle in the printer and send it. And this was basically just to see how the extruder handled max flow rate. And it's a boat. And if you're wondering, banana for scale. So there you go. It's heavy. It is a heavy boat. Use the wet lightning gun. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate. There's so many ways you could break that game. Like, I'm playing as an open hand monk and I'm not breaking the game because you could break it even more. Although I think they patched the throwing. But will it float? So floating just means it's above water, right? So if I put a little water, it floats. You think cooling was sufficient? I don't know. That bridge came out pretty okay. For not being in focus. That bridge came out pretty okay. I mean, the big issue is just the pressure advance, like the input shaping. There is no input shaping. There's no linear advance. There's no, it needs tuning slicer wise. Like retractions were way out because we were running the stock retractions. So you could see in a bunch of areas it under extruded because it didn't retract enough. So like the whole, it was like, it had issues, but that smokestack is still hot. There's a lot of heat dumped in there. But I mean, like, for what we were testing, that's fine. Like, it didn't under extrude. It didn't, basically I was trying to make it under extrude, and we found out where it does under extrude, which you can actually, if you hold it up to the light, you can see the band. You can't really see it, but there's like a band right about here where you can see where it under extruded ever so slightly, and you can actually see it through the infill on the inside. So yeah. That is so much smaller, like compared to the stock setup. Like again, this used to have a big honking motor right here, and now it doesn't. Nice. Compared to a normal Benchy. There you go. So yeah, it does have this, but these defects are more an issue of the retraction settings. Because you can see like during like long extrusions, it was fine. It was wanted to doing these like quick retracts because it was running with 0.4 settings with a 1.8 millimeter nozzle. It basically just didn't flow right. But on like long flowing areas, it was fine. But those overhangs are pretty good. But like this, like these are fine details for a 0.8 nozzle. So it was doing the constant retract, unretract, and it would like under extrude a bit. But yeah, that noise, the whine. It didn't make that whining noise when we were doing the. See, here's what the problem. It's hard to tell the whining noise if it's the filament or it's the flow rate, because when we were printing Saturday. Printing a normal Benchy, it wasn't making that noise. So, Revo Roto, the BQ, personally I like the Revo Roto I take over the BQ just for size and weight. I don't know how much the BQ costs. So, okay. Also, it's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle, so it was pushing like. There's your first layer. Damn boy, he thick. Okay, let's do a giveaway. If you haven't entered, I'll give you 5 minutes. So we're gonna do the giveaway in 5 minutes, and then we'll end the stream. And I gotta figure out dinner for the fam, because because everyone's hungry. Oh, that's from Team Gloomy. Cool. What was the flow rate? 30 millimeters cubed a second. So let's print something a little bigger. Oop, no. There we go. Printer settings. Okay, retractions. Let's bump these retractions up a bit. There we go. Yeah, let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. What is that? That is a 4-hour print, 430 grams of filament. That'll work. That'll work. Where is my SD card reader? Shoot. Export G code. Save. There we go. Print stability issues detected. Cool. Put a little of the good stuff on the bed. Don't want it coming off. There we go. Cali Dragon, go. And I changed the retraction, so we should be okay. So for our Revo high flow, it's only the nozzle that changed. Okay, so Revo high flow is kind of a weird thing, but not. They make, where'd the music go? Okay, so they make, it's separate. It depends what you're printing. If you are printing PLA and PETG, you can get high flow just by dropping in a high flow nozzle, and ABS to an extent. You can get high flow just by dropping in a high flow nozzle, because it has to do with heat transfer. Because let's be like, yeah, it's a different wattage for the heater, but a block of metal at 100 degrees is a block of metal at 100 degrees, right? So depending on how the filament sucks the heat out and what temperatures you're printing at, you can get a bump up. If you're like, you already have an existing Revo in your system, if you just buy a Revo high flow nozzle and put it in, you'll get higher flow. Simple as that. But if you print like really fast, or you're printing stuff like nylon or polycarbonate, you may also want to upgrade the heater as well to a 60 watt heater. So this is a 60 watt heater. What I apply to the bed? Northprint, is it Northprint? Yeah, Northprint 3D printer bed adhesive. It makes stuff stick to beds real nice. I like it. Also, I gotta drop the first layer speed down. Tune, speed, drop that first layer down to 50%. There we go. Okay, let's do that giveaway. So if you did not enter, you will have another chance on Friday. All the names, all the names, all the names. I gotta remember, I gotta sub to Gleam again for the New Year's Eve giveaway, which we've added. Vector has added a VLMP kit. So one of the heat set presses that Vector 3D sells, that's been added to the list for the New Year's Eve giveaway stream. So pay attention for that. So that will be New Year's Eve. Need a thumbnail? For that stream, I will. I think you did the one for last year too. Or I might just reuse last year's. We'll see. I need a number between 7 and 14. Why those two numbers? I don't know, but I need a number between 7 and 14. 12. 12 works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, I don't know. Do you know? If you do, you're in the future. But the winner is Mike G. Congratulations, Mike G. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So let me just pull you up here. You are a real human being, I hope. There we go. Awesome possum. Look how thick that is. Look at that line. Damn, boy, he thick. It's just laying it down. I gotta live adjust C. I gotta try and squish it in a bit more. It's literally just like rope. It's just like, okay, I'm putting the filament down. We're just unspooling the filament. We're just laying it down. So I assume my heater runs constant. Yeah, that's the thing. Like a block of metal at 100 is a block of metal at 100. The wattage is dumping heat into the system. So as long as you're not pulling heat out of the system faster than the heater can dump heat into the system, you should be okay. I was basically told, if you're running just PLA, PETG on like an open air bed slinger type machine, throw in a nozzle, you're good to go. But if you're like, you're gonna be pushing that limit, or you're gonna be printing with the more exotic materials that do take more heat, like nylons and polycarbonates, then you probably do wanna upgrade the heater too. Yeah, simple as that. Like upgrading the nozzle, just throwing in a high flow nozzle is just a quick, easy, oh, I got higher flow now. Yeah, we've already spoken about the Noctua. TLDR, you're probably okay for a heatsink fan on an open air machine and controller fans. I would not put it on anything in an enclosed machine like a Voron. Use it for like the heatsink on a Voron. I wouldn't use that, and I would not use it for park cooling. But open air, you're probably okay. Okay, so I think we're gonna call it there. I don't know what we're gonna do on Friday for the stream yet. Print and chill of some sort. I'm gonna start getting all the Nerf stuff printed, so we might do that too. Yeah, so we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go figure out lunch for the family. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Again, we were just playing around with the Revo Roto because we got it printing last stream, and that took a lot longer than I thought. So hopefully the docs will be updated because again, we were doing it for the first time. So I wanted to see, what I actually wanted to see was how this handled failure modes, which was under extruding, which it just kind of started under extruding. Because Tom apparently had issues with his flowing, so we'll see. Lunch or supper? Dinner. It's 5 o'clock, dinner time. So yeah, so I'm gonna call it there. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Link for them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. Also shout out to E3D for sending me the Revo Roto and the high flow kit with it. And then also for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I'd not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. And then also join the Discord if you haven't, link in the description. Tomorrow there will be a Twitch stream around 11 a.m. Eastern on the Twitch channel. I don't know, link somewhere, I don't know, probably on the Discord. And then Friday, we might try speed printing on here. Might see how this, I might grab the Mark IV and put these head to head against the Mark. Like this as it is right now with the stock firmware, straight up against the Mark IV and see how they compare. Now that we've got the upgraded heater and extruder. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm calling it there. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make dinner. Apparently I have COVID too, so I gotta do stuff with that. I don't know. Cool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, or enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you another day. Goodbye.